walk with me through this book real quick. I want to show you a couple of things. If you can open up to this first page right here. So as I said, Evolve IP is a pure play cloud services company. We're a full VMware shop, a server, desktop, full EMC platform for cloud storage. We've got our own hosted exchange platform. We've got our own RMM solution, which is SolarWinds enabled. We've got our full DR as a service, so it's kind of interesting. I take my data center, I move it from my data center to your data center, but I still have the problem of, well, do I have an acceptable DR solution? So we can add a lot of elements to your strategy that I think are really interesting here. The premise behind Evolve IP is whether it's server, desktop storage, security, RMM, mobile device management, help desk, hosted UC, or contact center, these are all the services that we do. And as a result of that, 30% of our new revenue that we acquire year over year comes from adding additional services to our existing customers. So we've put together this booklet here because this is what we think is really key. So first page is, who's Evolve IP, what do we do, where do we deliver the solutions from, and why should you consider working with us, right? Real straightforward. The next page here talks about our desktop strategy. Now, in Evolve IP's world, managing a desktop strategy is more about managing my hybrid environment, because he's got a PC, but he's got a virtual desktop. So what we really want is a platform that can enable us to manage everything collectively together. That's what we refer to as RMM. We offer two flavors of desktop as VM, right? So Horizon for people running the real highly intensive stuff. And then DAS, which is what we're seeing most people go to. As Andrew had indicated, we recently purchased a managed service provider so that we could, it becomes sort of three things with customers, which is tell me what I have and give me a platform to manage everything. Now I can make a decision between who's virtual and who's physical. Provide me the ability to migrate, right? So we have professional services that can do migration. And then once I've got my organization set up the way I want them to, give me a way so that I can answer my end users, which is help desk. So to us, the whole desktop thing is a family of solutions, right? You turn to the next page. So VDC is really an extension, right? That's now, and I'm going to go with what you guys have, right? Which is I have my servers. I'm the guy that's got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to move it over to Infotech. Now they're going to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
It's our infrastructure. We manage and maintain it. We help them migrate it out from their infrastructure, and they can use it for. Their local location can become a DR site, right? So that's how we have been rolling it out.
Now the interesting thing. So in many ways, you've built, I guess, a version of what we've built. Substantially lower scale. Everybody's looking for diversity these days, so I think that a lot of the areas that I think we'll be able to help you is those same clients are going to be like, you know what, I can move my Exchange server.
We can use it for MSP in outside our area.
Yes.
That's one place we can use it for.
I'd like for you to think about that. Well, let me move on real quick. So our VDC product is, that's VMware resources per server. Our DR solution is, maybe I don't want to use my site. I mean, this is San Francisco. They got these earthquakes here, Maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe what I want to do is I want to use your hardened data center, and I want to use my cloud as DR. Then the final page here is the whole concept of UC. I want my infrastructure, I want my data infrastructure in Infotech, but maybe I want my voice infrastructure to Evolve IP. So I think we can add a lot of things to give you a complete solution. Now the last thing I want to do with this 1 minute is not to get alarmed. These are 50 of the same pages here, and it's all really, as I had indicated above there. It's like If you have data, if you have servers and you want to move it to my private infrastructure, you guys can talk about that all day long. But there are other solutions. These questions
30 seconds. 30
really
seconds.
enable you to get to some of those other questions. Any questions, guys?
There are opportunities we can probably work together and fill some of the gaps that we have today.
You guys have business cards, and Steve can make sure you.
Real quick, guys.
Do not have it on me.
And how we differentiate ourselves from other cloud providers out in the market. Two things primarily. Number one, today we are the leader within the Intelisys community in terms of cloud providers with over $350,000 of monthly sold partner billing. Second place is considerably behind us. Secondly, as Gary alluded to earlier, if you sell a hosted PBX to one of your customers or a server to one of your customers, what's the chances of other providers upselling that client? 30% of our revenue last year came from us upselling your clients. Thanks for your time.
Guys, thank you.